Now, we're going to switch it up in this second seminar, and we're going to talk about finesse rig. And this is a special finesse rig for me that I've used probably over the last 7 or 8 years. And it's really become an effective tool to catch them when they're not biting. You know what I mean? And that's a lot of times. A lot of times we have those days when the fishing's off, it's tough, it's pressure, front went through. And this rig is so good at doing that. But before we start going through this slide, I want to tell you why a wacky jig head versus the other finesse techniques. And there's 2 main reasons that a wacky jig head is the technique I'm going to go to. And the one is that this thing is a combination of what I call power finesse. Why the wacky jig head? And I want to go into detail on some of these things we just talked about. I call this thing the ball and chain. Look at that thing. The ball and chain. Your wacky jig head. That jig head is the ball, and your plastic, the meat, is the chain. Right? Here's the great thing about it. That weight on that shank of that hook, right, versus a weightless wacky rig. It's pulling the bait down like a big lead ball. It's pulling it down. In turn, that's creating more action. If we go out there and there's an outdoor pool here that has a ton of leaves and medical waste in it right now. If we were to go out there and throw a weightless wacky rig versus a wacky jig head in that pool, side by side, same setup, 15-pound braid, 8-pound fluorocarbon, throw them side by side, you're going to see that weightless wacky worm fall like this. It's going to have that, everybody knows that little shimmy, right? It's just going to be very subtle, just ding, ding, ding. But we're going to throw this one with a 32nd or a 16th or an 8th, and it's going to pull it down. Pull it. And as it's pulling that head down, that action's pronounced, right? It's increasing the action. It's way better action on that weighted head. I got more control. I already gave you that example. I'm on a bridge piling, I'm on a bluff wall, and those fish are down 15 foot. Boy, I could throw that wacky rig out there weightless, fall asleep, and it still wouldn't be down to the level of the fish. This weight, and again, it's so cheap. We're just going to switch weights depending on what depth we want to get to. It's going to allow us to target any zone we want quicker. And you know, we have control of the bait, right? Throw by that piling, that bridge piling. I know the fish are down 10 foot. I'm going to count it down about 10 or 12 seconds, and I know I'm right where the fish are at. It's going to give us a lot more control. And there's real simple mathematics for me on how I'm going to do that. And I look at my depth finder. If I'm 0 to 10 feet, and I make that cast to that piece of cover, I'll click my bail over, and I'll maintain that slight bow in the line by bowing to the bait, following the bait down. You know, most of us are using 6.5 to 7.5 foot rods. Most of us are, 5.5 foot to 7 foot tall, minus John Cruz. He's 4'3". We're going to follow that bait down, boom, until it hits the bottom. If we're deeper than 10 foot, if I'm fishing that bluff swing and I look at my depth finder and I'm in 20, I'm going to make that same pitch to that edge of that bluff wall. And this time,
Welcome to Bass University TV, an online video training course where you'll learn champion bass fishing techniques from pro anglers Pete Gluzek, Mike Iaconelli, and their talented special guests. From on the water to in the classroom, you'll learn sound techniques and strong fundamental bass fishing skills. Watch hours of video content on multiple topics at your own pace for a low monthly fee. Cancel at any time. Information is power in the sport of fishing, so learn from the very best. Subscribe to Bass University TV today.